salvation. Even if the fruit shall not be in the vine, even if the fig tree shall not blossom, yet will I rejoice in the God of my salvation. Oh, oh, I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be glad in the God of my salvation. Even if the fruit shall not be in the vine, even if the fig shall not be in the vine, yet will I rejoice in the God of my salvation. Oh, 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 I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be glad in the God of my salvation. Oh, 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 I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be glad in the God of my salvation. Oh, 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 I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be glad in the God of my salvation. The second song says, I will rejoice. Say, I will rejoice in the God of my salvation. I read quickly from 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 26. It said, Run now, I pray thee, to meet her, and say unto her, Is it well with thee? Is it well with thy husband? Is it well with thy child? And she answered, It is well. The question is, what do you say when you are going through hardship? That song was written from Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk in the Bible, where the prophet was talking about things he didn't understand. There are times when we go through things that we don't understand, things that doesn't make sense, things that we cannot explain. And when such happens, what is our testimony? This lady in 2 Kings chapter 4 is a very, very unique lady. One day the prophet was passing by. When she saw the man of God, she invited him to her house, gave him food, and after that asked her husband if they can make a little room for the man of God in their house, so that anytime the prophet passes through that place, he will have a place to rest. And when the man of God saw the level of hospitality of this lady, he called her one day and said, "What can I do for you?" The man of God understood the scriptures that talks about giving to the man of God. If you give to a prophet, you will receive the reward of a prophet. When you give to a prophet, you give to the Lord. It's not just prophets. When you help people, you are helping the Lord. So, long story short, the lady said, I don't need anything. I live among my own people. I'm fine. And so the lady left. And the man of God was still not settled within himself, because he knew somehow he had to be a source of blessing to this lady because of what she has done already. You know, a lot of times we just want to receive without giving, Well, this is not a message about giving, but so the man of God found out that the lady was barren. She didn't have a child. So the man of God called her and said, by this time of next year, you will have your own baby. And the lady was surprised. And she told the man of God, said, don't lie to me. There's no need for you to lie to me. Well, the man of God didn't argue with her. So she left. And 1 year later, she had a baby. Hallelujah. But in this chapter, something happened to the baby. The baby was outside one day with his father on the field, and he had sunstroke, heat stroke. He had heat stroke, and he died. So the joy of this woman was cut short. And this was the time when she ran to the man of God. She got her a donkey, and she quickly went to the man of God. And when the man of God saw the way she saw her, he knew something was wrong. So he sent his servant and said, hey, go and find out from this lady what's wrong. But her reply was, it is well. Imagine being barren for so many years, looking for a child, and you couldn't get one, and you finally get one, and a few years later the child died. And someone asked her, is it well with your husband? Is it well with the child? The things we say when we go through things matters. And a lot of times they determine the outcome of what we are going through. When we say things based on what we see, we encourage what is bad to continue to grow. But when we see with the eye of faith and we speak faith into the situation, we can change things around. So in the book of Habakkuk, the prophet was saying, even if there is no holy, if the fig tree is destroyed, if there is no fruit, if there is no food, even if the circumstances around him were very bad, he will still rejoice in the Lord. Do you rejoice? Do you rejoice in the Lord when things are upside down, when things are not the way you expect, when things are going haywire around you? do you still remember to speak peace to the situation? Just like this lady. Everyone is looking for something. Everyone is dreaming of one thing. Very many don't know what it is. They just keep on looking for nothing. Friends, friends, what you need is Jesus' solution. Friends, friends, what you need is Jesus' solution. Money cannot give you what you want. Power cannot give you what you need. What you need is Jesus' solution. That's the only thing that satisfies. Friends, friends, I say friends, what you need is Jesus' solution. Friends, 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 what you need is Jesus' solution. Then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. That song says friends. Friends. You say everyone is looking for something, including you. And he says, many people have dreams, but at the end of the day, it looks like people are looking for nothing. And the song ends by saying, money cannot help you. What you are looking for cannot be satisfied by money, not by power, but it's Jesus. That's the solution you're looking for. In that passage, the king had money and he had power. But there was one thing that the king was missing. And that is protection. Spiritual protection. The king of Syria wanted to destroy the king of Israel at that time. But God has this comprehensive solution for our life issues. In life we go through so many things. Ups and downs, we get money, we get power, and sometimes people just disappear or die suddenly after they have received the money they are looking for, the power they're looking for. That is what was about to happen to the king here. He got the power, he got the money, but destruction was that close. And that is why the comprehensive Jesus solution is what we all need. Unfortunately, many times people come to Jesus for the salvation of their soul, but they don't get the entire solution. I know some people talk about eternal salvation. Eternal salvation is a concept or a doctrine that is not supported by the Bible. The Bible says, "He who believes on him shall be saved." That is the initial salvation. And there is final salvation. He says, "He who perseveres to the end shall be saved." So what happened to the initial salvation? In actual fact, there is continuous salvation. 3 levels of salvation in the Bible. There is salvation from poverty. There is salvation from powerlessness. There is salvation from disease. There is salvation even from destruction, from sudden destruction. If you have read the news lately, you will know what I'm talking about. There are many testimonies about how God can provide this salvation at every single point in your life. One time, our brother was asked, why did you stop coming to church? And he said, the brother had a very good testimony at the church. Then suddenly he stopped coming. And he told the person that asked him, he said, the church is like an hospital. You go there, you get your healing, and then you don't stay there. You don't. Once you are healed at the hospital, you leave. And the person laughed because he realized that the solution that Jesus has provided for this individual is being allowed to go to waste. He got a very small part of it. You got a miracle today. That is not the end of your walk with God. The solution that God has provided is a comprehensive solution. When the king of Syria made a plan to destroy the king of Israel, God went back to that solution, the Jesus solution, and made the information available to a man of God who told the king, don't go through that place, don't pass through that place. And the king was able to save himself many times from destruction, to the point that the king of Syria got frustrated and had a meeting with his people and said, who amongst you is leaking information to the king of Israel? And one of the servants told the king, it is not about people leaking information here. It's about Jesus' solution. The Jesus solution that has been provided for the king of Israel. So there is a man, there is a prophet in Israel. Everything you think about in your in your bedroom. God is revealing it to that man to save him from your plans, from your evil desire to destroy the king of Israel. And finally the king said, okay, if this is the solution, that's another thing about the Jesus solution. No one can destroy it. The king said, let's go and capture that prophet, that man of God that God is using to provide the Jesus solution to the king of Israel. So the soldiers got themselves together, many of them, and they went very early in the morning to go and attack the man of God. And of course, the man of God had to tap into that Jesus solution himself. And he said, God, all these soldiers that are here, let them go blind. And they went blind, so they could not hurt him. Jesus' solution is what you need.